Let me. Yeah, Junie, is the microphone on? The mic channel?
Test.
Test.
1 2.
Test.
Okay. How about now? Can y'all hear? I can't believe we just went through all of this.
I can start over. I'm ready. You ready? Got the question first?
And no sound is coming through.
Still not? Still not?
Test.
Okay. Steve says he can hear now.
We can hear?
Okay.
So was that what it was? The channel just wasn't on? I know, but whenever I restore it, so you just got to make sure to check it from now on. Yeah, because whenever I restore it, it takes it off. All right.
You
I
want
need
to
to ask my question.
You want to say what you said?
Let me ask my question first.
Oh.
Is everybody eating? I hope y'all eating.
No. Do you know why he's asking that? Because the Bills marketing tactic for this season has been everybody eats, right? Everybody eats. No, more like everybody chokes. All right. Mm-hmm. We back on now. We can start this thing the right way.
We had to do this before last year. We had to recreate the whole show. Remember that?
Yeah, well, we
At least
tried.
it's only like 10 minutes. Not even that. Go ahead. 6 minutes in. You got it.
All right, listen. I'm wearing the Batman hat today because I am not the superhero that the city wants, but I'm the superhero that the city needs. And listen, if you think it's just me, we all talked about this. Like we talked about praying before the show. We talked about who was gonna get up and walk off the set. Like I think all of us is ready to bring it
promise
today.
we're gonna still be friends after this show.
Oh yeah.
You guys are gonna promise you're not gonna unsubscribe.
Right. Okay. So I started off with Snowman right here, right? And I'm sure some of you probably got that from just the body language. But here's the deal. When you're supposed to be the best offensive lineman on the Buffalo Bills, and you get bull rushed yet again into Josh Allen's backside, basically, and stop him from throwing what should have been a first down play to Curtis Samuel, who that was probably the one target that he got beyond the line of scrimmage, aside from all of the other screenplays that he was targeted on, and half of those got blown up to begin with. But again, back to Dawkins. You can say whatever you want about him taking an ankle sprain in that Ravens game. It didn't seem to bother him throughout the entirety of the game until we get to a key situation in which he's yet giving up another rush, and he's supposed to be the guy that protects Josh Allen's backside. If I am Josh Allen, I do not trust this offensive line. I do not trust the protection. I don't trust the calls. The A-gaps are getting blown up, and Deion Dawkins is supposed to be the best part of all of that, and he's trash when it counts. So I don't want to hear anything else. I've tried to give the man credit. I've tried to give the line credit. We even did a whole episode on what the stats say about the team. But if you cannot show up when it matters most, you have no business calling yourself any kind of nickname. Get your behind back in the film study and get your behind back on the field and start working on some technique and get better at what you do before you get up in front of any shows, before you get up on Colin Cowherd, before you start your own podcast and have endorsements with Monster. Nobody cares about all of that. What we care about is how many wins in the playoffs are we going to get? Because to me, regular season wins don't mean squat. That's where I'm at with that. That's my first one. I got 5 of these bad boys coming. But we gonna pass this. We gonna pass the rock around. So, Mac, I think you were going right.
Can you recreate the magic?
Yeah. So I don't know. They probably didn't hear me the first time, but I can feel his frustrations when it comes to Deion because I think he's a great player. However, great players show up in great moments, and it always seems like it's always the critical moments where we need him is where that stuff happens. Like I said before, it's not first quarter, second quarter. It's when those clutch moments where we absolutely need a first down or we need a play. And that happened, so I could feel his frustrations. So I was coming on the show to flame the offense. I was going to flame Matt Collins. I was going to flame Bro. I was going to flame everybody. Then I had to watch the game a second time. I had to calm down, so I watched the game again, and I went through play-by-play, drive-by-drive. With that being said, to me, this game was definitely winnable. Mm-hmm. Definitely winnable. Mm-hmm. Now, going into the game, before preseason started, when I saw the schedule, I'm like, that's going to be a tough game, but we probably can beat them. I said it's going to be a tough game. Mind you, I'm not taking nothing away from the Houston Texans or C.J. Stroud. I think they're a very good team. He's a very good quarterback. However, he's not as good as what I thought he was. Neither is the coaching. They're not as good as I thought they were. And I said that to say because we were in the game. We had 17 unanswered points to come back to win the game, but we didn't win the game. Now, to me, I have to give credit where credit is due. I was shocked that I'm saying this, so y'all feel free to flame me, but I think Brady did a very good job coming back from that horrible game in the Ravens game. If you look back from play-by-play, drive-by-drive, the offensive play calling was not bad. It was the execution that sucked. Josh Allen and the wide receivers, I don't know what they were doing. They wasn't communicating. Josh was making poor throws. Like, I don't know what was going on with that offense. Shout outs to the defense. The defense played their balls off as usual. You know what I'm saying? So, but I got to blame Josh.
Wow.
He missed a lot of throws. A lot of throws. Also, the communication, I'm not blaming on him, but no, the offense was not in sync the whole game. Players running the wrong routes. I don't know what was going on with the I don't know what's going on, but I saw him frustrated. I finally saw Josh Allen frustrated. He said the F word.
Yeah.
He finally said it.
Fudgicles.
He finally said it. And I'm like, maybe that's going to get them to play together as a team, fix these issues, fix these communication issues. But with Mac Hollins, I don't know what he was doing, but I don't know what's wrong with his hands. I don't know if he got freaking stones for hands or what. But the one thing that pisses me off is if you watch the game, every time he had a ball thrown to him, he had great separation. He was open. Mm-hmm. He just couldn't come down with the ball.
Mac Hollins, you talking?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Rewatch the game. Every throw that Josh threw to Mac Hollins, look at the separation he had from him and the defender.
I would definitely say.
But you have to ask yourself why he had separation.
So
like if I'm trash and nobody's covering me, like
no. So when you watch because you guys got the 22. When you watch the 22, Mac Hollins is good at double moves.
I was gonna say the first that when he just overthrew him.
Yeah.
That was, Mac Hollins dusted that safety.
Well, but that to me is like when I'm watching, because I rewound it and watched it like while the game was going on, but it didn't look like he had a lot of skill tracking balls deep like that.
Well, that's the second component.
Yeah, like Mac Hollins is not a deep ball receiver.
Right. Well, I'm gonna get to that.
So that's what frustrates me. The one thing that he does well, he can't even capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Whether it's ball tracking or just he got stone hands. So like that's pissing me off. And then you got, like I said, the wide receivers. I don't know. Dalton Kincaid missing catches. Coleman missing catches. Granted, all those wasn't on the wide receivers. All of them was on Josh. So it was a 50-50 split. But that has to be better. The highlight, Cook always come. Why he don't?
Wait.
Why he the only one that come to work?
Wait, say it slow.
Why is James Cook the only one comes to work every day? Why?
Himbo?
He the only one.
Timothy?
Wait a second. There's a little bit too
Ain't no flag on the play. Ain't no flag on the play. Keep going.
Listen, Key. I mean, honestly, am I lying though, bro?
No.
Am I lying?
No,
he comes to work every day.
They even said on the radio this morning, he is the second most dynamic player on the team.
I have to agree with that too. I can't even argue with it. I mean, when he was drafted and they said think of him as a receiver, I scoffed at it because I had enough of you pissing on me and telling me it's raining. You know what I'm saying? And for me to get a running back, but I toughed it out and I said okay, fine. I've seen what receivers that are I've seen what running backs that are used as receivers look like. I would like to have an Alvin Kamara here. That sounds like a nice deal. Let's see what happens with that. Did he get used that way? Nah, not under Dorsey.
Running like a 230-pound running back.
Yeah, exactly. And then even when Brady first came in, what was Brady saying? He's gonna be exhausted. I'm gonna run him all the time, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like he had one amazing play on that little zig corner route. I don't know what we'll call it. It's probably a flag route, so to speak. But that corner route that he ran out to the end zone and caught that touchdown. For me, it's the over the shoulder catches. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if you wanted a guy to make over the shoulder catches, you go get a receiver. You don't use a running back to do that. Yep. Unless you're going to train and really, really invest in putting James Cook out wide on 5 receiver sets or different packages where you can get him matched up on a linebacker and run 9s and have him make over-the-shoulder catches like that, like, I'm cool with that. Otherwise, put the man over the middle, throw him some screens, get him some easy passes where he can catch and go. And they have not been using him like that.
And the ironic thing about yesterday was that hard catch he didn't make. I mean,
he caught it.
He caught it.
Right.
He caught it.
Right.
But it wasn't over. He had to
Right.
make an in-air adjustment.
Right.
He can do that.
Right.
Exactly.
He just can't do this.
All right. And the last thing I'm gonna say is, I'm tired of people saying it's the players' fault. I mean, it's the player personnel fault. If the Giants can do it without Malik Neighbors, if the Broncos can do it, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear that. We have Josh Allen at quarterback.
That was the point of the night right there.
We got Josh Allen at quarterback.
Yeah.
I've seen him do better with worse. We could have won the game. We had them boys. We had them.
They wanted to give it to us.
We had 'em.
They tried.
I'm gonna stop there.
Key, you got the rock.
All right. I'm mad he finished with what he just said.
Why? A little bit of thunder stolen?
No. No.
Oh, no? Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay. This is when I'm going to lose all the subscribers on the show.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I'm not going to blame Josh Allen for the game. You know, I can't. But the thing is, I'm tired of this. What you said earlier. I'm tired of finding a way. I'm tired of finding a way. I'm tired of doing it. But I'm also tired of just saying, as long as we have Josh Allen, we have a chance. Right. That it drives me mad. It's not because you said it was actually my first bullet point. I didn't know we were going to do this format. Yeah. The reason why I say that is because I looked at it. Josh Allen has thrown for less than 50% in 14 of his games. Okay, he's
First time.
Less than 50%.
Well, this game he was 40%.
No, I'm saying less than 50%. Yeah, he was less than 50% 14 times
Out of his whole career.
out of his whole career.
Wow.
Now, he's 1-8 from years 2018, 2019, 2024. Okay? What's missing? 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. 4 years. There's only one difference.
Stephon Diggs.
We were 3-1 when Josh Allen went for less than 50% with Stephon Diggs. 3-1.
And the one is this past game.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't have a problem with people saying as long as we have because look at it like this. When is the last time we've had a good quarterback? Teams have had a history of good quarterback, good players, good anything. Will not say that. Of course, as long as we have this person. But the thing is, yesterday, Josh Allen did not have anything to do with us being in that game.
Right.
Josh Allen, like you said, Josh Allen was, I don't know what the hell he was doing. At the end of the game, Sean McDermott even said, first down. You saw him on the sideline when Josh threw it out. He was like, just get a first down. Yeah. So when he says in his press conference, offensive, the last series was on me, like, that's not what you wanted. If anything, it's on you because you didn't tell Brady what the fuck are you doing.
Right.
This is what we're going to do.
Right.
All right, we're going to play for overtime because honestly, on the 3-yard line, do you blame them? We're trying to go 97 yards in what, 20 seconds, 27 seconds?
No, you can't. To me, it's not realistic to go down the field and kick a field goal to win the game with no timeouts in the time that you have.
Right. So it's like at that point, unlike in Philly, let's play for another series. Let's play for another guy.
Let me ask you who you guys think that is on, because if you go back and you said you watched the game twice, right? Did you see the route that Mac Hollins ran on? I think it might have been.
I'll say which one. The one where he had it. He could have, if he would have.
Where he was running and the safety was right with him.
He threw it on the wrong
It might have
shoulder.
been second down on that series from the 3, and Josh threw it deep to Mac Hollins. Well, did you see the route he ran?
Yes.
He ran a square in and then up, right? So it's almost like a pump play for to make the safety bite and then get a. So what I'm trying to get to is this. On that play, there was only one player underneath. Everybody else that was running routes was past the first down line on that play call, right? And then if you go to the third down play call, the only players that were open underneath was Keon Coleman, in which Josh would have had to hit him as soon as Keon hit his hitch so that the defender didn't have enough time to drive on the ball. But technically he's considered open. And then you had Kincaid wide open over the middle, where if Josh can lead him a little bit, Kincaid's got leverage on the defender to maybe get another 2-3 yards tops, and they would still come up a yard short, in my opinion, right? Unless Kincaid made a miraculous play. But all of the other receivers still way past the first down yard line, right? So it begs the question, if you're trying to get a first down, and Sean said we were trying to move the sticks, and then we wanted to run the clock out and play and go to overtime, right? And I'm paraphrasing. It's essentially what he said. And yet you have these play calls that everything is going deep on. This kind of reminds me, and then I'll get you guys' thoughts on this. This kind of reminds me of 13 seconds where somebody was supposed to squib kick the ball, and then yet somehow it got kicked out of the end zone. And who got fired for that? It wasn't Sean McDermott. It was your boy Smiley, right? So I'm looking at this situation, and I'm saying to myself, why in the world would Josh go deep if the understanding as a team was to get a first down and then run the clock out and then play for overtime? Your thoughts, John?
So, like I said earlier, when I said about how I think that Brady did a good job coming from last game to this game, up until that one was the one that I scratched my head on. Because first of all, if I'm in that position, I'm not throwing it all 3 times.
Right.
If that's the goal, is to get the overtime and run the clock out, I'm forcing them to burn a timeout. I'm going to run it. And you got Cook, who was getting
Wait, say it again. I need you to say it again. You got Cook. No. See, this. Okay, this is a quandary I have. Now, why would, as a quarterback at this time, at the point in your career, seven years in, you're supposed to be an extension of the coach, extension of the philosophy, extension of the game plan. You should know you have clock awareness. At this point, you can veto what Brady says. You got the seniority. You got the payroll to do what you want. If you realize. And how many times have we seen other quarterbacks say, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this. Or he audible out. Or they check down to something else. Josh has chucked it as far as he could because that's all he had. And it's like, they expect it.
Right. Nobody else is open.
They dropped 3 guys back. They expect it. And you're not hitting anyway. He went 1 for 14 over 20 yards. 1 for 14.
Yeah.
So this is my kick. Now, you guys know this is the second worst start that Josh Allen's ever had in his career through 5 games. Whether it's yards, whether it's touchdowns, whether it's completion percentage. He's at 60% again. 60%. We thought that was a thing of the past. Now, everybody says, we ain't got no weapons. I wonder who won MVS. I wonder who won it, Keon Coleman. I wonder who won it. Who was signed off on these people? Who did they say, you know what, we're getting rid of Diggs? No, you're not. Who are you giving me instead? Because I need something. I don't want to hear about a rookie. I don't want to hear, unless it's Malik Neighbors, unless it's Roma Dunze, unless it's Bryant. I don't want to hear about no rookie. And furthermore, if I am on the sideline after throwing passes off my receiver's helmet, guess what I'm going to do? You think I'm going to sit there with the tablet like this?
Right.
Or you think I'm going to be like, yo, Keon, here. This is what I saw here. Right. This is what I want you to do. This is what I need. This is what I need you to look at. This is where I'm going to throw the ball. But on the flip side, I don't know how many times you saw, Josh does not look up when the play breaks down. He scrambled out of clean-ish pockets. Keon Coleman was over the middle on a broken play, wide open. Dump it to him. Over the middle. He should be your designated hot route because he knows how to get to the ball when the play breaks down.
Yes.
And I saw it time and time again. Now, I don't want to go back to Lamar, but what did I say about Lamar before we played Baltimore? He runs and he keeps his head up, and he's throwing those little short boys. How do you think they came back on yesterday? How do you think that happened? He threw for 120-something yards in the first half. Ended up with almost 300. Lamar Jackson, the guy that doesn't hold a candle to Josh Allen, right?
Yep.
So as Buffalo fans, I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I don't want to pile on Josh, but at this point, 7 years in, it's time. It's time. Because Stephon Diggs said before he left, you sure Josh don't need me at all? Yeah. You sure? I went 6 for 82 yesterday. What did Josh do? And Khalil Shakir? Was that the cog that makes this thing go? No. Khalil Shakir is on pace for what I say, 80 receptions, 80 targets this year. Not even 106. What is that going to do? That's not 1,000 yards. They don't have nothing. And if I was McDermott today, I'd be on the phone. Yo, I need somebody's number 3 wide receiver.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Well, yo,
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is, what they're going to do, hold on one second, Mike, just give me one second.
yeah.
What they're going to do is they're going to say, let me see who's on the practice squad. Let me see who's a number 4 somewhere. Let me see who's number 5 somewhere. Let me see what I can get him. A diamond in the rough. No. Even though I don't believe in Superman Josh Allen, I believe Josh Allen needs somebody that's better than these practice squad players. Did you guys know Tyrell Savers was active yesterday?
Yeah,
he
I saw him
played.
on the
I mean,
field.
when I saw him, I knew that. I was like, what the hell Savers doing there?
Right.
It's maddening. It's utterly maddening.
Right. Really quick, I want to address this comment
ahead.
here just so that I'm not misunderstood. Andrew Knight, welcome to the show, my man. He says, I misunderstood. McDermott didn't say that. If you go back and look at the tape when they put the camera on Sean McDermott after, I think it might have been after the first 2 throws. The first one was a penalty on Keon Coleman, and then the second one was the deep throw to Mac Hollins. For that third down play, they put the camera on Sean McDermott. You could see him say first down.
Oh, they said he didn't say that? Yeah.
Something to the effect of I want a first down, right? And then on top of that, if that's not enough for you, then Sal Capaccio corroborated what I just said also when he said on the radio today that they were trying to get a first down first, then run the ball out.
Yep.
So it's confirmed from 2 different, sources. One you can say is kind of unreliable because I'm lip reading, but if Sal confirmed it, then I
Right.
must be right. So,
No, I saw it because I looked at it on the second look through. I was like, oh, that's where he said it. He said
yeah.
it right there.
Yeah. All right, Matt.
So now that I was gonna say, I do think if Khalil Shaquille was there, we might have won that game because I could tell from being a wide receiver, he does not have. I don't know why he does not have. He hasn't gotten. He should have, but they're not in sync. His wide receivers and Josh, they're not. Him and Khalil are.
Yeah.
Wherever he needs him to be, he's there. The ball is there. They are in sync. The rest of our receivers, they're not in sync with him. That other thing, I'm not blaming Josh saying that we lost because of his fault, but I'm saying he needs to be better. He has to be better. And on that fourth down, that fourth down drive, here's my thing. If that's the case, which if Brady's calling those plays, I'm with you. Why isn't it Sean making an audible? Hey,
Exactly.
listen. Hey,
Exactly.
no, we're gonna run the ball. We got Cook. Let's run here first. You know what I'm saying? You have to do that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm blaming is if he made the call, McDermott should have vetoed it.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Hindsight, Keyshawn. Why didn't Josh veto it? Now, I will give Josh credit for that long fourth
I thought
down.
he was gonna
That
flame
was
me. I'm
all,
like, what?
that was all Josh.
Yeah.
That was all Josh. They were saying, "Oh no, you have to punt here." I don't agree with this. Josh says, "Nah, F that. Let's go."
Right.
Let's go.
And then what happened?
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Thank you.
Right? So
Yep.
I give
I
him
ain't gonna
credit
lie,
with
I
that.
erased the tweet on that one. Go ahead.
I give him credit for that one. But Key, I'm with you. Why don't you do that all the time?
Right.
Like if it worked, you know how much credibility you got with the coach?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanted to punt. I got it. Coach, trust me. Oh man, you got it. Hey, guess what? The Bills are 100% when they go for fourth downs. They're 100%. Every time they go to fourth down, they always get it. They have not missed all year.
It's facts.
So, Josh, like, I'm not flaming him. I still love him. He's still the second best quarterback in the league.
He's our quarterback.
But I need you to be better. You elite for a reason.
I think right now it's just a personality clash between and this is what it sounds like. I could be wrong, but it sounds like the frustration with Josh is coming from a standpoint of because we know who Sean is and we know that Sean is not going to change. The only other person with enough power to create change and maybe steer the ship the right way is Josh. But he doesn't seem to have the type of demeanor or the type of attitude or the type of personality that wants to take the reins and drive the ship.
I mean, they actually, to that effect, said that he became the only captain of the offense for that very reason. Because Josh doesn't, he has to learn how not to be one of the guys. He has to learn how not to always want to be liked. He has to learn how to make the unpopular decision and speak up against authority when he has to advocate for his men. This is your team. Not Terrell Bernard. This is your team.
But don't you think if you're gonna do that, like it's like raising a child, right? We know this right now. We know how important it is to instill things in the formative years of a child's life, right? Getting the culture right in the formative years of a child's life can mean a world of difference for how they grow up. And to do something like this now, after you've already brought in a Stephon Diggs, after you've already tried to go get an Antonio Brown, after you've already brought in Emmanuel Sanders and Cole Beasley and all these other guys who were tenured in the league and known around the league and good receivers and played leadership roles, and all these other players that you brought in to be leaders, on top of having all of these tenured coaches who had been in the league for years, you had all these other leaders around Josh. Don't you think the right time for everybody to kind of instill in him, you need to be a leader, is when there are other leaders on the team that can force, in a sense, everybody to follow Josh? You know what I'm saying? When you're a young quarterback, that's the time when you need to learn leadership. Not after you've been on the team for several years and given the leisure or given the flexibility or the freedom to not have to do that because there's other guys on the team to do it.
Because Steph would do it. And that's the thing, Steph, they even said on the broadcast, the sideline is different because there's nobody out there. And I forget who it was just after the game flamed the notion, we're having fun playing football. You're having fun doing what? Being non-competitive?
Right.
I mean, and I actually put my notes, so this isn't about you, what you said. Mm-hmm. Khalil Shakir didn't play, but if he did, guess who else didn't play? Nico Collins didn't play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
that was one of the things.
What would have happened had he played?
Exactly. Yeah. It would have been 41-10.
And that wasn't about you. It was just something I had in my mind. I'm like, because they said on radio, well, if you had Nico went for 2 for 80 something or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the part that when we say the defense played well, they played well against the Texans team that had to readjust to losing their number one receiver during the game. Mm-hmm. And for the turnovers and stuff, that's all heart, right? Mm-hmm. We know the defense is going to give that no matter what. God bless them for that. Mm-hmm. But for a Texans team to lose their number one receiver, who it looked like was about to have an insane, crazy game, receiving yardage wise and touchdowns and all that.
I lost him.
That's a major adjustment for a young quarterback, especially going into a second season when it's supposed to be a sophomore slump. And now all the teams in the league have tape on him. They know what he does well and what he doesn't. And even the announcer talked about it. Most teams are trying to get him to scramble to his left. Mm-hmm. There's tape on him now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So for him to lose that kind of a weapon and then be kind of, stuck, and this is not a bad position to be stuck in, throwing a Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs.
He got Diggs, he got Dell, he got Shaw Schultz.
Right, yeah. So it wasn't a terrible position, but it is a big adjustment.
A horrible position. I'm glad we don't have that issue at all. Number one goes down. You got auxiliary number one just chilling like, I know all his parts. Come on now.
But I'm saying all that to say,
he got it. He got the fire heartbeat reference.
I can see his parts. I know all his parts.
He got the reference.
Where's Bobby?
I'm sorry. We run into this all the time where I just have no clue what movie they're referencing every time. But yeah, so for me, can I give the defense credit? Yeah, for playing with heart, 100%. But did they dominate like people are trying to make it seem? No, the Texans lost their number one receiver.
They didn't dominate. But I will say this: so a couple guys who I should be arrowed up. Dwayne Carter,
number 90.
He can play.
He
can play.
90.
He can play. He can play.
Young Kyle.
Now listen, he's not
better.
Now listen, I think he's still.
What? Get him!
Let's go fall over my head. I think he still needs to develop, but that young man could ball. Dorian Williams, that man could ball.
Oh wow!
Right. However,
what?
To me, the people who need work, Bishop, of course, and I'm sorry, Benford is our best cornerback. It's not Douglas.
I was going to ask you.
It's not
he's locked down because they didn't even throw on his side.
No.
Yeah, no.
It
was like, no, Rasul Douglas.
They was feeding on him, and I don't know if it was him or if it was Bishop on that play for Nico Collins. I don't know what happened there. But bro, come on, man.
I can tell you exactly what happened on that play.
But everybody want to flame Hamlin.
Yep. Okay. Hold on.
Everybody want to flame Hamlin.
Wait. I gotta get back there. I want to go there.
Name me one play Hamlin gave up yesterday's game. Just one.
What about all season?
One. Did anybody catch the touchdown on Hamlin?
His longest reception allowed is 23 yards.
Come on, man.
No touchdowns.
Now flaming Hamlin for what?
Didn't I text y'all that? Didn't I text y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and listen to the radio and listen to talk about how bad Hamlin was. Now this is why I know Bishop was Bishop's fault, because if you look at his eyes, look at the play, it was a fake pitch to the left side, and Bishop got caught looking because he thought the ball was going that way. And by the time he did, Nico was past him. That's what happened. It's a rookie mistake. It's a rookie mistake. You get put out there against Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, and Tank Dell on your first go out. What you think gonna happen?
Right.
But the thing is, Buffalo don't know how they want to be. They want to be patient with who they want. It ain't Josh's fault. It ain't McDermott's fault. It ain't this person's fault. But when there's somebody they don't want, they want to key in on.
Right.
Oh, it's let's go.
Right.
Damar Hamlin over. I texted you. I said he did nothing, but I guarantee on the radio they're gonna be flaming.
Bro,
him.
he did absolutely.
Well, they were.
Every tackle he was
Gave it to him.
Look at the tackles. He was there.
He's
There where the ball was, he was there.
He's the third leading tackler on the team.
Again, he didn't give up.
Hamlin.
Bro, he didn't give up no big play. It was no play. It was like, oh, that was. I never said, oh, Hamlin. Never, the whole game. And I said I watched it twice. He was there.
I think it's just the way they use him because
Yeah,
they're trying
yep.
to use him as a split safety or to play that single high position. He's in a spot that he shouldn't be. I get that he played corner and all that kind of stuff, but in the NFL, he's not agile enough or fast enough to be that kind of cover safety.
Fair.
He needs to be a box guy.
Fair.
And unfortunately, we don't have any other safeties that are any better at coverage than he is right now. So it's a tough position for him because we've watched this staff and this GM and these coaches put these players in positions that they shouldn't be in. And then when they overachieve just a little bit, we praise them in training camp and all that stuff. Yeah. And then they get destroyed during the season. Yeah. And I don't think they deserve it. You know what I mean? I think that's part of the reason why the Kyer Elam situation is so frustrating is because they didn't ever give him a chance when we can clearly see. Listen, just put him at safety right now. Like who cares?
Right.
He's gonna be better than somebody at some kind of coverage somewhere. And every time he's been on the field, he's either almost had an interception or came down with the ball and had an interception.
He's PFF. I mean, it doesn't say much because he doesn't have a rep, but he's PFF's #1 cover guy on our team.
Here's the thing, though. Would you rather get beat with Bishop, or would you rather get? Oh, I don't want to get the penalty. At least the penalty saved the touchdown.
Right.
I get it. He's handsy. He's aggressive. Okay, we might need that.
The thing is, Buffalo. This is the problem, and this is going to tie into what I asked you to put on the thumbnail, and we'll get into that later. So I'm going to house that for now. But no, I think we need to understand we have a young, I guess, nucleus, if you want to call it. There's going to be mistakes to be had. Zion Lowe played 29% of the snaps yesterday. No, he played 29 snaps. 29 snaps on the defense. He just signed Tuesday?
He just got here.
Just signed. So it's like, okay, we got a very young squad. I told you guys, after week 1, Rousseau, 10 sacks.
It seems like that's a wish now.
10. He had 3 in the first, so if he gets another cluster, maybe. He's going to get 2 more clusters. And then you think about, like you said, Benford, he's like that whole, they don't even throw to that side.
They don't test him.
It's weird because guess who else is on that side? Hamlin. Okay, so we'll move on from there. But no, and what is it about Schultz? What's good with Dalton Schultz? Because Stingley punched him in training camp. Yeah. He got a personal foul for throwing that ball at Bishop. And then, did you see Damar Hamlin toss him on the sideline?
Yes.
Now, when did Damar Hamlin get run over? They said he got ran over. I missed that.
Damar Hamlin got ran over?
That's what they said.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either. I watched the game twice, and I was looking for it. I don't know when he got. The only time I could think of was that play where he was getting thrown to the side by Schultz and still made the tackle and still tossed Schultz to the ground. Guy that was talking and messed him. The refs had to separate him.
Schultz, he pretty much drove him out of bounds. But while he was going out of bounds, Hamlin
he made a stop. And I'm like, are we just making up stuff? If somebody saw this, please tell me where. And I'm not going to flame you. I really didn't see this, and I don't know where people were coming up with these things. But it's a crusade at this point.
So let me ask you guys. This question because this comment came up and I don't want it to get too far off before I forget it. So Senke Chandler asks, I think Josh leaves or we get Bill. I think he's talking about Bill Belichick.
Josh leaves?
Huh?
You said Josh leaves?
Yes. So this thought occurred to me, and this might sound a little outlandish, right? But I think the realm that this show has been living in has kind of been we're always ahead of our time. You know what I'm saying? We all the stuff that we're talking about now, we've been talking about since last year. All the stuff that we're seeing now, we were talking about back in March when the Bills got rid of Diggs. So let me ask, when we heard Sean say, I wouldn't have gone deep that many times. When you as a coach, make a statement like that? First and foremost, he could have been clear and said, I wouldn't have called that many deep plays, right? And maybe been a little bit clearer about where the blame goes. But for that to be his statement, and for Sean to have, I think this might be his second statement that he's made publicly in the last couple of years, directly pointed at Josh and Josh's tendencies, right? The first one was point to the head, be smart, right? Sean has always been on this kick about playing with efficiency, playing complementary football, all the things that tell us that Sean really wants Josh to just be a game manager. He wants Josh to be Brock Purdy, basically, right? Now, Sean McDermott is probably going through one of the roughest seasons he's gone through as head coach of this team. But what if Sean gets to the end of the season and he decides Josh is not fitting in with what I need from my quarterback? I can see, and you guys can tell me whether or not you disagree or agree, I can see a scenario based on his relationship with the owner. I can see him selling to the owner, listen, Josh is at the height of his value. We could demand somebody's entire team for Josh and get a haul back on top of multiple first-round picks, on top of whatever, right? I say we make the move, we trade Josh, we get all that in here, right? That gives me all the defensive weaponry I need. That gives me everything that I need to build this team into exactly what I want it to be. And then I'll be able to get the get the wins and everything that we've been getting before, even without Josh, right? Now, mind you, before y'all answer, Sean McDermott wanted to start his first real season as head coach without all of Rex Ryan's players with Nathan Peterman as his starter. Mm-hmm. So that tells you right there the type of quarterback that he wanted to play on this team with. It wasn't Josh. It seems at this point Josh might be more of a Brandon Beane pick than the Sean McDermott pick. So what Sal says I'm nuts. What do you guys think?
If that was to happen, I think he gets flamed because first of all, let's be honest. The city will go crazy if they get rid of Josh Allen. If anybody goes before, I think he needs to go before Josh needs to go. However, I will say this, right now, and these two games does not change anything about how Josh is. He's still, to me, the second best player in the NFL, hands 100%. Down, right? Yep. However, what I'm starting to notice this season, and I don't know where it's going, but Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen, they're the best quarterbacks in the NFL. However, right now, they're not playing like it. Jayden Daniels is playing better than both of them.
I think
Sam Darnold is playing better than both of them. Kyler Murray is playing better than both of them. Like, so I don't know if it's something where they understand how to attack Mahomes and how to attack Josh, and like these elite quarterbacks, defense are not gonna let you pick them apart anymore. Like they know how to play you now, so that all these other quarterbacks can get off too. I don't know what it is, but like I said, I'm not taking away from them. The skill set is still there. Here's the thing. The reason why I said I thought that I thought that C.J. Stroud was better than what I thought he was, because I seen the games, I saw the stats, I'm like, this dude is killing it. But when I watched him play, there was never a time when I'm like, oh, how did he make that throw? How did he do that? Like, there was nothing spectacular about what he did. Mm-hmm. He followed the game plan. He did what was open. Right? There's nothing spectacular about it. I've seen Mahomes make those plays. I've seen Allen make those plays. I'm like, yo, how do you make that play? Right. I've seen him do that, right? To your point, you can say, yeah, we can get all this capital and get rid of Josh. Then who you going to bring in?
Why? I wanted to say this, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
And I did want to say this, though. Then don't ever say that again.
What?
Who you gonna? No, we're not doing that. No. Well, I think this is classic Kansas City. Kansas City is what? What are they the only team in the league right now? The only undefeated team in the league right now. Until they play tonight, maybe.
About to say, yeah.
However, why are they undefeated? It's not because they got lucky, but it's because like every year, Mahomes plays until it really matters. He only does exactly what was needed until it matters. And that's the difference between him and the rest. It's like he goes out there, I throw 172 yards and 1 touchdown as long as we win. But I bet you if you need me, give me my helmet. I'm going to work, fellas. No questions about it. And that's the difference between him and your point is made. It's really it. Because, like you said, some of the top dogs ain't playing like top dogs because there's so much film on there's so much. But, I mean, to me, it's just I need for us to be able to say, and to your point, I had to do it.
What?
Cutting Josh or trading Josh after the season.
Oh, you did the numbers?
Is a negative $53 million dead cap.
Negative 53?
Trading. Listen to what I'm saying. Trading Josh Allen, not cutting. Trading cost us $53 million to let him go.
Crazy.
Well, of course. So
But we get $1 million.
there is, yeah. There is a way. There is a way, and that way would be for the other team that takes Josh to eat his entire salary.
Yeah.
If they would be willing to
course.
absorb his entire salary,
But-
then we wouldn't get the debt. But again,
That's what I was going to say. Yep.
So you're
again,
not getting all those first round picks.
exactly.
Yeah.
That would decrease what we could get for him. So
Wouldn't it be funny if him and Diggs reunited somewhere?
that would be hilarious.
And I hope they get a Super Bowl.
Yes.
I hope they get a Super Bowl
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
Because that's the exact way I felt after the Texans won that game. I'm like, you know what? And it's crazy because they played Stephon Diggs' locker room speech on the radio today.
Right.
Did you hear it?
Oh no.
He was like, y'all know how much I needed this one, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's vindication.
right, exactly.
And that's fine. That's fine.
And quiet is kept. Not to take nothing away from him. I love Diggs, but he didn't really do nothing that game.
And yet he still had more
You know what I'm
receiving
saying?
yards than all of our receivers
Combined.
That's come on, man. Come on, man.
That's a big come on,
it
man.
looked like Diggs did nothing that game and still had more receiving yards than all of our receivers combined.
I wanted to pose something to you real fast so you could have a little conversation piece. I call it as a Dookie Juice quote of the week.
Oh, we got to get that award going, man. All right, come on.
Okay. Now, this is not even in a bad way, but this is Dookie Juice because this is the culture. Bills veteran on the final offensive series of 3 passes and no rushes. I hope the coaches learn from it. Bills veteran said, I hope the coaches learn from that mistake that we had. In the locker room, he said this. Is McDermott, what does this mean? Why are guys anonymously speaking out against the calls made in the locker room after a game? That doesn't happen in the culture that was. So what are your thoughts? What is the state of the team when you hear people start talking like this?
Was that an offensive guy or a defensive guy?
They didn't say. Wow. I tried to read the tea leaves, but I'm thinking it had to be an offensive guy though, because defensive guys pay attention to that, but offensive guys had to run it.
So the reason why I asked that, because like I said, if I'm on that defense, Terrell Bernard back, like to me that defense was playing.
Right.
Like I said, they
was.
had a couple players ago. So if I got my helmet and I'm tired, I'm dripping wet, I'm sweating, I'm bleeding, and I watch y'all on offense, I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Right.
I'm pissed off. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked that question, but I don't know. I could just tell something is not right in the communication within the either it's in the coaching staff or the players. Something's not right. I can't put my finger on it, but it's not right. The other thing is, this is for Bean and McDermott. What has any of the free agencies done for our team since in the last 4 games?
Okay.
None of them done nothing.
Okay.
Now the rookies, yes. Keon Coleman, I can see. Even Bishop, some of the defensive guys, I can see that.
Yeah.
But these free agent signings are doing diddly squat.
Yep.
Let's house that for a second because that goes into something else
Okay.
later. The bad Dookie Juice award goes to the tweets. McDermott, there is concern, no doubt. We need to improve that area when speaking about the receiving room.
Oh, really?
He said that.
Yeah,
McDermott
there's
said
concern, no doubt. We need to improve that area.
We'll see what that means.
It means nothing because they didn't do nothing.
Well, yeah, that's probably right. Like, for me, it comes down to the foundational thinking or the idea of how this team is built. Right? You have what has been widely known as a good defense for the entire time that Sean has been here, right? But the only reason that it's a good defense is because we're in a period or an era in the NFL when everybody's trying to throw for 1,000 yards a game. Right. Nobody had a running game until this year.
Right. Now it's coming out the woodwork.
Right. Mm-hmm. And now teams like the Ravens are shining above all because it's been their entire identity forever, right? Yeah. So for me, the identity of the offense, the identity of the defense, all of this speaks to what Sean's mindset is about how to win games. When we watched this offense play against the Texans and you watch the bubble screens and you watch the run game be pretty successful but not utilized as much as it should be against a team that was clearly showing you we'll take whatever run plays you want to give us as long as you don't try to pass it, right? The mindset for Sean is we want to play complementary football. And what complementary football looks like is all efficient throws. What are efficient throws, Key? Efficient throws are bubble screens. Yep. Efficient throws are short routes over the middle. Your prototypical West Coast style offense is what we're looking at.
Well, you know what? I would kill for a short pass over the middle because that's what I said last week would have killed the defenses that we played against.
Right, except for the fact that every defense in the league has now learned from the Ravens to take away the middle and play man everywhere else and blitz. That's all we're going to see. And if you think for 1 second that the Jets ain't seeing this and knowing it's probably going to be an easy game for us on defense, the book is out. Right?
And no, that's what I was getting at when I commented. You said don't sleep on the Jets. I wasn't sleeping on the Jets. What I was getting at was I was giving myself insulation because if the Bills win next week, what happened is I don't want to hear the win. I don't want to hear about how the Bills are back now because we won one game. No. I don't want to hear it. And this is going to happen.
Exactly.
So that's what I was getting at. Exactly. I don't want to hear that.
That's a great point because that's exactly what happened the first 3 games of the season. Like they even had me sitting here saying, "Oh, if they play like this, they can beat anybody." Like I was literally sitting here saying that.
They could have, but they changed.
Exactly.
Right.
They could have.
Right.
And the change was what?
Well, let's see. Last week it was James Cook is running well. Let's just X him out of the game plan.
Right.
The middle of the field
I think the score X'd him out of the game plan.
Well, no, because you still throwing the ball. The middle of the field was wide open for Kincaid, but you want to send him down seams into no man's land. Last week, you said the secondary was good yesterday, which they were, but guess what was open? Guess what we're not doing? Do you know we're on pace for by far the lowest Josh Allen play action passes?
Yeah.
Yo, I was going They mentioned that, especially on that last drive.
Oh, did they?
Why didn't you do a play action?
We don't do play actions anymore because Josh don't like it, evidently.
Yeah, he don't like turning his back to the.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like being in the center.
That's why he likes running.
He doesn't like the advantage that it gives to the defense.
Don't be mad at me. I'm a messenger. I
seriously, literally, in his mind, he wants to see everything from snap to finish.
Yeah, Brady said that. Brady said, Josh, there's things Josh doesn't like, and we try to work around it. And that's one of the things Josh never liked.
Right.
It's something Dayball made him do.
Yeah.
Right.
He said, I don't give a damn what you like. You're going to do this.
So there's a couple of comments here that I want to address because it's very relevant to one of the points that I wanted to make today, too. Kevin says that's why he and Dayball clashed in reference to what I brought up as far as the style of football Sean wants to play, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Yeah, that's Kevin's comment there. And then where is it? Sal says you're going nowhere with Brady. He has been exposed. Okay, so I want to address that really quick because I don't believe Brady has been exposed at all.
I don't think he is either.
Right? What I think it comes down to is Brady's skill set has been put into this efficiency box that Sean wants to run, his offense and his entire team with. When you think about complementary football, in Sean's mind, based on what we've seen so far and what we've heard from Sean these, 7-8 years, Sean wants to win with his defense being the key player there or the key factor in the wins that they have. He never intended to have a player like Josh Allen. In his mind, he wanted to have the best defense in the league, shut everybody down, play efficient offense that doesn't have turnovers, that is able to run the ball, run the clock out, and just be frustrating for defenses to play against because they never give away anything, right? And then he shines. Like that was his whole game plan from the start.
You can blame Dayball for that.
Huh?
You can blame Dayball for that.
Well, right, because and again, this is exactly in line with what Kevin is saying. That's why they clash. That's exactly why they clash.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at what's happening now, the same exact thing happened to Ken Dorsey. When Ken Dorsey was first hired, what were we saying? Oh, we fine. Dayball who? Right? You looked at the efficiency numbers in Dorsey's offense the first year after Dayball left. Oh, his numbers are actually slightly better than Dorsey. We talked about this last year. His numbers are slightly better than Dayball's. What ended up happening to him? After his first full season of being offensive coordinator, we go into his second season. What happens? Sean has the efficiency talk with him. He wants to stop the turnovers from Josh. Then what happens? Offense looks like trash, and Josh throws 3 interceptions in week 1 against the Jets, right? Then Brady comes in, saves the day. Oh, Brady, yeah, we set now. We straight.
Right.
We straight. We going to the Super Bowl now. Man, give Brady a whole offseason. Watch, this offense is going to be dope.
Yeah, you knew. We talked about it. We said, depending on how they draft, I'm going to know what offense we're running. There was too much speed. There was too many downfield receivers in that draft for us not to grab 1 or 2. And just by getting Keon Coleman, that told me we're not interested. They show you all the footage of Keon Coleman going deep. That was Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis was going deep. And that's not even a slight on Gabe. But the thing is, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. All your best highlights was you doing what? Mossing people. Yep. Using your body, short contested catches, high points, things of that nature.
Yep.
Where's that?
Exactly.
Now we get to see him getting the ball thrown off his head. He wasn't even looking for the ball.
Right.
He threw it at his dome.
I actually think that might have been an adjustment by Josh that Keon wasn't aware of. I don't even think he saw the adjustment from Josh.
Maybe.
Could have been, but that's what I said. The communication was off. But I will say this about that point, what you say about Brady being exposed. So the score was 20-23, right? Let's go back. If Mac Hollins makes one of those catches, that's a touchdown.
Yep.
If Josh hits Kincaid where Al Shakir knocked it down, he was gone. That's another touchdown.
Yep.
So it's not, and I was looking at that because, like I said, in the Ravens game, the scheme that he was working, it wasn't looking good. And I'm like, that looks bad. But like I said, I watched the game twice. In the Houston game, he had people open. There were spots where we could have attacked and we could have won. Yeah. So I don't think that Brady's exposed yet.
You know what? And I don't
because like I said, if we make those throws, we win the game.
Yep.
And then we get 40 points.
I don't know what you get exposed when I don't even know what he's doing. Honestly, I have no idea. Like the first 3 games was completely different than what we're seeing now. Right. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not smart. But I think the notion is what I'm hearing on the radio is they don't like the short scrimmage plays, the throws behind the scrimmage, the little screen passes, and the runs. They're saying that they only run one way. We don't run like stretch plays or outside plays. We're always running through the tackles, right? Yeah. So they don't like that. So they're saying again, like you said. Well, all they got to do is blitz and cover the middle. You stop the Bills. So I think that's what they're saying his scheme is, and that's how to stop it. But again, like I said, yesterday there were many plays where we could have scored. Yeah. We just didn't connect on those plays.
The one thing I will say about Brady's offense is he doesn't do a good job of setting up the plays that are supposed to catch a defense off guard, like the naked boot. When he did the naked boot, he did it off of a stretch run. They haven't run a stretch run in how many weeks? It's like they almost never run it. And they're supposed to be an offense that's multiple in their run and does a lot of different things, but they don't see it like that's the thing. They ran multiple formations and multiple types of runs in preseason, but they haven't done it yet in the regular season. So is it a lack of trust in the offensive line or whatever? That's kind of beside the point. But when you run a naked boot like that off of a zone run, which is usually how you run any kind of boot, it has to be a situation where you've set up the defense to bite on that stuff. There's a reason these players are not biting on our trick plays. They're not being set up. So if there is anything about Brady's offense that I will say is kind of suspect, that's the aspect of it. But that could just be, his lack of experience at the NFL level.
So did you watch the what show Inside the NFL with Chad and Bill Belichick?
No,
he went over that.
Oh, did he?
He bro. I hated Bill Belichick when he was coaching for the Patriots.
But he's nice now as a commentator, yeah.
He's literally like a teacher, bro.
Yeah.
He was going over the schemes. Basically, he was pinpointing the Shanahan offense way back from the dad.
Oh, wow.
And looking at everybody from the Shanahan tree, they all run the same offense.
Yeah.
He mentioned.
I think I did see
he
that.
He mentioned
Yeah.
they run stretches.
Yep.
And they do it with the naked boot.
Yep.
Reason being is they look identical. You
Yep.
don't know which one is coming, and that's how they get defense off guard. And that's what the basis of their defense is. We're gonna run these stretch plays. We're gonna run these boots. So now you ain't gonna know you're not gonna know how we're gonna attack you.
Yep.
And it leaves you open because you're like, okay, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
And that's the Shanahan offense. Like he briefly broke it down.
So how come nobody's talking about the fact that we've had 4 different offensive coordinators and 3 defensive coordinators, and to what you guys are saying, and which I agree with. Except for Dayball, all the offenses have looked the same since McDermott's been here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the same. So, all right. So Dayball, of course,
He doesn't count. Yeah.
right. The difference between me with Dorsey and Brady is Dorsey never did these behind the scrimmage crap.
Yeah.
He never did that.
True.
So that would be the difference. But out of the 3, the one that looks the most efficient was Daboll's because he attacked the defense. I don't think we attacked the defense. We just want you to stop what we're doing.
Right.
Daboll attacks you.
Yeah.
I don't think Dorsey
We just try to
Brady-
we just try to scoot around you now.
exactly. I don't think
Excuse me.
I don't think they're trying to attack,
No.
and I think that's what it is.
It's called efficient offense, and it's called Dayball didn't want to run. Josh Allen was throw happy in Dayball's system, and we knew it.
Yep.
That's what we like. Now imagine Dayball with this cast of characters. Now it wouldn't work because everybody wants to. They want to throw deep balls. They want to Josh get sugar high Josh like he did yesterday. Throws deep, and Hollins just ain't fast enough. Coleman's just not fast enough. MVS is just not an NFL player enough. So it lends to Curtis Samuel. The myth that Curtis Samuel was just ridiculous to me. Like he was a slot guy evidently, which I didn't know, but I know his best year in the pros is almost identical to his best year in college. 77 receptions, 800 plus yards, and 7 touchdowns. Almost identical to the letter. His junior year in college before he got drafted. That's pretty much what you're going to get out of him. Now I know you paid him as your number 3 receiver with $8 million cap hit, but that tells you right there the job ain't done. That tell you right there the job is not finished. And for anybody that was not happy with the signing, but said, okay, let's do it, let's go.
Yep.
That was a cardinal. That was a flaw, a big time flaw. And you're seeing it now because everybody ain't eating. Everybody trying, but they not eating. You can't. And they said it on the broadcast yesterday. Why is Coleman not in the slot when you guys Shakir out? I know you wanted him outside, but he just doesn't have it out there.
I mean, boom. So, per case in point, I don't know if they listen to the show. They brought up Shavers. So if you got Shavers on the outside, you got Matt Collins on the outside. Why not put him in the slot?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you got the 2 big bodies, why not?
I mean, that's the thing. Like I just said, if they look at this film and don't say Keon Coleman is the ultimate safety valve for Josh right now, they need to look at some different film.
Yeah. That was my number 3 point that I wanted to bring up. Like Keon Coleman is your number 1 receiver right now.
Give him the ball.
Right. Until Shakir comes, and this is the thing too. Like everybody thinks that this high ankle sprain from Shakir is just gonna go away in a few weeks. No, he's in the same way that we thought something was wrong with Gabe Davis, and we didn't find out till the end of the season that he had a high ankle sprain he was dealing with. Same thing is gonna happen with Shakir now. He's gonna be dealing with that. Huh?
2-3 more weeks at least.
Right, until he can come back and play. But even then, it's still
not
going to
the
be
same.
managing the pain throughout the season, right? Keon Coleman has to be the guy that you leave in the game no matter what. Not Mac Hollins for whatever for all the routes that he ran and all that. Like Keon Coleman can make all those plays, right? And I would even contend that on some of those deep routes where he's one-on-one with a safety in that last play on the last play of or the second to last play of the game for Josh, where Matt Collins is running right next to that safety, I would contend Keon Coleman can jump over that dude and get the ball. He's that type of receiver.
When that play came up, I'm yelling at my wife. I'm like, yo, he right there. Make the adjustment.
Exactly.
Like the ball was key. Now, don't get me wrong. It wasn't a perfect pass, but it was a catchable pass.
Exactly.
And I don't know if he lost it or what, but I'm like, bro, if you're standing here and the ball lands there, you could have caught that, dude.
Yep.
I would have liked to see that ball go more towards the sideline, honestly. I would like to see him push it more to the outside shoulder just because that would have been an easier catch. Now, if he made it or not, different story.
Right.
But I think, what did I scream about week 1? I screamed about the fact that we sat the starters in preseason. What did I say? Where is the chemistry being built?
Yep.
with Josh and his receivers.
None of these dudes got to play.
They don't get to play, and
clearly
you
off.
can see it now.
Yep.
They have no idea. They're out of sync, out of time. The time is now. We got to play.
Yep.
There's no more time for boo boos. We're 3-2 now.
And apparently Samuel's dealing with a turf toe,
Yeah,
but
I don't see any evidence of this turf toe
I
whatsoever.
don't want to see his
to
toes.
me, that's still not a legitimate reason of why you're not producing.
Exactly.
I've seen other receivers
Something.
have worse than that, and they still produce.
Yeah, something.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, one of the seasons Diggs was hurt. He still had 1,000 yards.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Cole Beasley playing on a broken leg.
Broken leg.
Scored a touchdown.
I get it. You're not 100%, but you're also in the NFL.
There's something you can do, or you're not playing.
Josh is not 100%, but he's playing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not using it as a scapegoat. Oh, I got a turf toe. Nah, bro.
Speaking of that, how does this concussion just go away?
It's very easy. You write a check.
You're like,
You
no, I
slip
said,
that bad boy right in the pocket.
dude, how he went to sleep on the field? That was it.
No. Listen,
No,
I'm telling you, they pulled the blue tent up.
They did.
Everybody walks in.
did.
The red hat walks in. Tips his cap to everybody. You know what I'm saying? He takes a look at Josh, and he very quietly just, Oh, okay, yeah,
was-
Josh,
right.
you know what? You look very good, sir. Just look right here and look over here. All right, you guys are ready to
That
go.
was
It's
the
one of
world's
those of
fastest.
like, hey, we have 50 million people watching.
Right.
If Trubisky comes out here, they're gonna cut the candle.
We got to
Get him back out here.
This is my kid though. Like, did you see him snap the camera off him get smelling salts?
Yeah.
They snapped the camera when he came out the tent. They snapped it right off. There's nothing. I've had 3 of them.
Yeah.
He went to sleep on the field for 15 to 20 seconds on his chest. Then he pointed at his chest. You were so out of it, you don't even know it hurts anymore. You just like all of it. I don't even know. I can't feel it.
Now let me ask y'all this. I don't know how the protocol goes. I know if you have I don't know. So is it because there's different stages of concussions.
Yeah.
There's light, mild, medium, severe, all that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what is it. If you get a concussion, period, you get pulled out, or
If they think you have a concussion, they got spotters in the booth. So if they see somebody like walking weird or get up slow, whatever, they'll buzz down, say get a look on him.
So now, while you in the tent, is it because the reason why I'm asking this is because y'all know I'm in the military, right? Yeah. So there was an incident where I got tested for a concussion. I passed the test, and they said, "Oh, because I passed the test, I was good." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not saying that I didn't have a concussion,
right?
But I passed the test to where the concussion symptoms was not affecting enough to me to basically take me off of work,
right?
Well,
right?
Yeah.
However, somebody failed it, and they took him off of work because he failed the test.
Right.
So is that something where Josh, clearly we know he had a concussion.
Yep.
We don't know how severe or how mild it was, but could have been, well, he passed the test in the tent, so he's good to go?
It's about risk. So when you have a mild or low grade concussion, or however you want to phrase it, the risk of further injury is considered to be very, very low, right? So if you fail the test, that just means the risk of further injury is higher than what it should be, right? Or higher than what the tolerable amount of risk is for a player going back into the game. So I think, I don't think the Bills are going to say at all that Josh didn't have a concussion. Like this comment that Sal sent in, I thought was hilarious. He said it was Josh's chest like to his back.
Right. When they held him up. They grabbed him and held him up. But no, I mean, I
That is a good point, though.
that
Yeah.
could be true. But see, this is my kid. Like you said, it's varying degrees. Now, with the concussion test is supposed to identify it if you had one. It's supposed to. And that's how you get put in protocol. Now, there's no way you give a mild concussion you don't get put. If you have any kind of detection, you gotta. Now he fell asleep on the field. No, they didn't buzz down. See, they were talking about, but no, they didn't buzz down. He was on the ground. They sat him up. You could see he wasn't in no pain when he was laying on the ground face up. He was barely there. Mm-hmm. Then he stood up. He walked in the tent, and that was it. Trubisky comes out. He passed it. It was too fast. You don't when you're out like that. Mm-hmm. To me, that's automatic.
Maybe Josh and Mitch are not really friends like that. Like anytime Mitch goes on the field, Josh,
Bro.
nope, I'm good.
Bro,
everybody.
I felt like when Mitch came out there, Josh was like,
"Oh, not this again, not this again."
I'm good. No. Like,
who's out there?
Wicklow did the same
Case
thing.
Keenum, no.
Wicklow did the same thing. Mahomes. Remember when he got hurt? Mm-hmm.
Like, nope.
I'm good, coach. I'm good. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, no, don't be wrong. I'd rather have them in, but to me, it's not like if you come in, you're gonna mess the game up.
Right.
Like you could run a play. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even Nathan Peterman put us up on the Texans at one time. I mean, he threw the interception after that to do a pick six, but you know, he was the game leader at that point in time and then screwed it up.
But
I don't know what it is about them where they don't want the backup to come in
Nobody-
at all.
everybody
It's
wants
the
it in your
risk. I'm
hands.
gonna tell you exactly what it is. It's the risk of if the backup comes in and shows that they can work that offense and they're functional without Josh. Now all of a sudden, Josh, you got a concussion. We're gonna sit you down. We'll rest you for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Now he's got to sit there and miss playing time, miss opportunities to earn money. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
not that it's not that Mitch is gonna take his job, but it's like, well, hey, if he can run it, we don't have to put you out there and risk further.
Exactly.
We can allow you to sit to heal like you're supposed to,
Yep.
and let him go.
That's the fearful.
See, I take it the opposite way. That could be true, but I tell you, Josh is like, nobody but me can do this.
Well,
Game
that
come
might
out,
be true.
Nobody
too.
but me can do this, and that's the mindset of a gamer.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hurt, but I ain't dead.
Right.
Nobody but me can do this.
Right.
Put me back in. You know, you've seen guys, they get their finger set right on the sideline. Put me back in. Tape it up. Let's go.
Right.
You know, Ronnie Lott, what do? Had his finger cut off so he could keep playing in the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a mentality that I never had. Obviously, no offense, but I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing it if I had that mind state.
Right.
You know,
You playing on broken knees right now.
man, I'd be out there in a wheelchair. Give me the rock, Bronny. Give me the rock. No.
Oh God.
But you know what I mean? It's just the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, this is a comedy of errors here. This game was wild. And I know you have more points. You have more points. But I'm going to save the clover for later. So go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, point number 4, and I know I'm going out of order here, but
I
point
didn't know
number
you
4
hit
for
the
me.
first 3. It's fine with me, though. I didn't know you hit the first 3.
I hit 1 and 3. I didn't hit 2.
Oh, you skipped 2.
Two is mute. Two is move.
Just whatever one comes up that's relevant.
It's
That's
moot.
what I'm going with. So, point number 4, Dalton Kincaid is making it clear this year he's not what we thought we drafted in the first round. He is in a prime position to have all of the chemistry, all of the opportunity, all of the shine to make a difference for this team. And all that we've seen so far is he cannot shake whatever these defenses are doing to him.
I wonder why. I wonder why he looked so good last year. I wonder why.
Why do you think it is?
I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but I wonder why. This all stems from one major thing to me.
Which is?
Where's the elite wide receiver that the elite wide receiver that makes up for mistakes, that takes all the attention, that doesn't do anything in the playoffs, that lets everybody else shine. You think Gabe Davis would have had a 4-touchdown game against the Chiefs and stepped down and he went on the field?
Right.
Do y'all really think that? I mean, I know y'all do, but trust me, think about it. Take all that bias away and think about it. Do you think that Gabe Davis would have those games? You think Devin Singletary was that nice for real? Do you think for 1 second that Cole Beasley did not have a great season with Stephon Diggs outside? You think Emmanuel Sanders and John Brown didn't play better in their later years with the guy on the other side? They were getting one-on-one coverage. They were like, this is beautiful. Yep. Why do you think they came back? Yep. Cole Beasley slandered McDermott and the whole Bills organization, but came back. He's like, I'm going to make this easy meal right quick.
Right.
Nothing to it. I'm going to get a couple underneath catches because this dude's going to be running them all up. Even Dawson Knox. I mean, the thing is, now you're the guy. It was too soon.
Yep.
It was too soon for your ego to get in the way of Keon Coleman's development. Yes, he would have developed. His confidence would have been through the roof.
Yep.
Yeah.
He would have been through the roof. Kincaid, one more year with an elite guy, through the roof. But instead, let's make him elite in the second year when he didn't do anything his first, for real.
I do see stages where he could be that, because like the 2 catches that he actually caught and made, they were both 17 yards. So they're both first downs, well above 10 yards. So like he's capable of making those plays, but it's just I don't think he's. First of all, like he said, he's never had been called upon to be the guy.
Yeah.
He's never had to do it because Diggs was always here. And now that Diggs is not there, I don't think he's ready to be the guy, be the prime guy. Like, hey, I'm running the offense. I don't think he's there yet. I think he could be a weapon. He could be a valuable weapon, but he has to get it in his mind where if he's going to be out, if Shakir's going to be out on that high ankle sprain, it's got to be him and Coleman. It's got to be. So one of y'all, they got to step up and like, listen, I understand. I'm looking at the rest of the depth chart. I understand what I can do. I have to be the guy, and you got to make it work.
Yeah. Now it's James Cook. But let me ask you this: in the last 10 years, who was probably the best tight end?
Last 10 years.
Last 10 years, what's that?
Travis Kelce.
I'm glad you said that. Let's look at Travis Kelce, shall we?
I'm gonna go with.
No, not because I got this up already. Don't mess my issue up. Travis Kelce drafted in 2013. You know how many games he played? 1. You know how many stats he had?
His rookie year?
Rookie year, 1 game. You know how many yards he had receiving?
10.
None.
Dang.
Second year, he had 67 catches, 862 yards, 5 touchdowns. Third year, he had 72 catches, 875 for 5 touchdowns. Fourth year is when he went over 1,000 yards, over 1,100 yards. Wow. Fourth year, we gave Kincaid 1.
That's a good point. I ain't know his breakout was that. I knew it wasn't the first year, but I thought, second year he was good. Nah. Fourth year.
Fourth year.
But he didn't he was in the NFL for 2 or 3 years before Mahomes even got there.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yeah,
so
but the thing is-
his breakout had a lot to do with having Mahomes there too.
Well, who was it before? It was
It was Alex Smith.
because his first breakout year was Alex Smith.
Oh,
Mahomes came in
was it?
17.
Okay.
Yeah, Mahomes came in 17. So Alex Smith was there in 16 and 17 because Mahomes started in 18.
Wow. So that makes a lot of sense then because
Now, what year did he start?
His starting year was
What year did he get drafted?
13.
Was Gonzalez there?
23rd. That might have been when
Even
he went
better.
To,
I hope he
Atlanta.
was. Even better.
Because if he was,
Because he didn't start. It had to be
it's
Gonzalez.
really a slap in the face because, again, they did it the right way.
That's-
They got their rookie with a vet, and they let him work and learn. I don't know. But I know Gonzalez played for KC. I don't know if it was around that time though.
Let's see. No, their top tight end in 2013.
No, he left in 08.
He left from 08. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he had Fasano and yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if he was hurt or what, but
So
But he still didn't play his rookie year.
No.
yeah,
Must be nice.
Right.
and then next year, what do you get? So this is even worse. Think about it. 2013, you got the elite of all elite tight ends, right?
Yeah.
What do you get in 2017? On the bench, your backup quarterback is now probably the best player in the NFL. The backup you had in 2017. That's 2 backups you groomed the right way.
That's crazy.
But instead, we want to go ahead and say, "Oh, Diggs, you hurt our feelings. We don't have fun with Diggs because he wants us to play the right, well, not the right way because that wasn't the right way. We ain't seen it.
All he cares about is winning.
Oh, he don't care about you. He don't care about me. He don't care about none of us or that team. He wants winning,
Yep.
and he don't even really know how to get it. But he like, I'm gonna find out. Right. We got the talent.
Right.
Who with me? Oh, y'all like me?
But so this is the confusing part for me about this Dalton Kincaid situation. First of all, Dawson Knox is making $10 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
How many catches and receiving yards does he have right now?
How many snaps did he get yesterday?
The man is making $10 million to stand like this. That's it. $10 million.
He's getting paid as a right tackle, basically.
Right. He's an extension of Spencer Brown. He might as well just sit in Spencer Brown's pocket for all I care. Listen. Back to Dalton Kincaid. When you
Touche.
when you look at how guys like T.J. Hawkinson have been used, George Kittle have been used, even Mark Andrews. You can look at who's Sam Laporta, right? Even Cole Kmet to a degree for the Bears, right? All of these tight ends didn't come into Brock Bowers. They didn't come into the league winning one-on-one matchups against safeties and corners just on their own, just off of regular plays. No. They get schemed open because once they catch the ball, they are weapons. Mm-hmm. You get them one-on-one with anybody. They know how to box out. They know how to position. They know how to make a play on the ball. And what I saw in this Texans game is I saw a linebacker who is not great in coverage almost intercept the ball that Dalton Kincaid clearly could have stopped and tried to come back and catch and maybe incur a defensive pass interference on top of everything.
That's the nuance. So you got to learn that nuance. He doesn't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that is either not coached or the player just doesn't get. Yeah. And either way, that's on the coach's head.
Yeah.
Period.
Now, let me ask you this. Does Josh Allen have a game breaker on that you can't intercept his passes? How many passes has he thrown this year that should have been picked up but haven't?
Yo, right now, he got 4.
About 4 or
He got
5.
4
Yo,
right now.
right into his chest and it's on the ground. Okay, well, we still got 7 games of no interception. That's what's up. Okay, cool.
Bro, we even had no turnovers this game.
Nah. To your point about Dawson Knox, though, this year, well, yesterday I'm sorry. This year he's in 53% of snaps. 53% of snaps for $10 million. He's been targeted 5 times, caught 3 of them for 30 yards. 1 first down. That's a stat line. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, Jesus. What?
Hold up. He got 3 for 30. He only got 1 first down? What about the other 2?
Well, one was 29 yards. They threw him that screen. It was a screen. He lost yards. Yeah. They threw Dawson Knox a screen.
I'm thinking each catch was 10 yards, what it was.
Nah, he averaged 10, though.
He had 3 third first down.
He's like, yo, that's 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 3.
Nope. One was 29.
Nah, close but not quite, yeah.
Hold on a second. All right, we're gonna play a little quick game of Steve versus Steve. Y'all ready?
Did he? Yo, I don't want to see it. We're not gonna see it. That tweet was hilarious. Did you see it, Mel? Not tweet that.
Yeah.
That was
the message. Yeah. This is good. All right, so here we go. All right, here's Steve number 1. You ready?
It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be impossible.
We have a $10 million blocking tight end and an $8 million tunnel screen guru. Okay, that's Steve number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Steve number 2 says, winning the McDermott way is real winning. Please do not watch Minnesota games or Detroit games. The McDermott way is the right way. Don't believe your eyes. Everyone eats.
It's anonymous now. Noah got spicy like 2 shows ago, so I'm like, I don't know. Let's see. The first one was still kind of nice.
I'm thinking second one, Lynn, right?
You would think. You would think. But I'm flummoxed. I don't know anymore. Let's see. The first one, the guru. That's I'm gonna go with the way we would say it. The first one is Noble. Second one's Lynn.
I'm gonna second that.
Nice job, gentlemen. Very nice job. Yeah.
I'm like, it's getting rougher and rougher. Boy.
As the season goes on.
He don't get mashed early by the end of the season. He's like, yo, F everybody. Whoa, wait a minute. Steve Noble, chill out.
Yeah. So I mean, the tight end situation was designed to divert our attention away from the wide receiver conversation because they could not get the guy they wanted. Mm-hmm. And so they drafted Kincaid, and it was, well, we said we were going to get a pass catcher. We didn't necessarily say it was going to be a receiver in the same way that they said that Cook would be a pass catcher.
And that's why they changed it to pass catcher.
right, exactly.
I was with it at first, and now I'm like, yo, I don't like this.
No,
I don't like this. I never thought Kincaid was going to be the number 1 guy his second year. I thought it was going to be Diggs until the end of this year at least.
Right.
I really did.
So when you have a mantra or you have a marketing tactic that says everybody eats, it makes it kind of hard to then double back and now starts trying to, scheme Shakir open and scheme Kincaid open and do things to get these guys in positions to make the plays that Josh needs to make. Josh looked like a quarterback who had no idea what to do with what he had on the field yesterday.
Definitely.
And it was insane. And we had been telling people since the start of the season, the Texans have a pass rush. They are not anything to play with defensively, right? What I did think would be able to happen was there would be some sort of a game plan to use the tight ends against these linebackers. But we haven't seen this team be willing to do that at all. I mean, this is the thing for me. Even if Knox was getting 450 yards a season with between 4 and 7 touchdowns, you know what? As long as Kincaid is getting 600-700 and getting another 8,
you're playing complimentary football.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. To me, I'm fine with the $10 million and the $8 million because we're using the tight ends to beat teams, and it's taking the pressure off of these receivers who need it right now. They need the pressure to be taken off of them.
They do.
And these tight ends are two of the only 4 guys on the team that have any kind of chemistry at all with Josh and have caught a pass from him in the playoffs.
Yeah. And they're athletic, too. That's the thing about they're athletic.
Right.
Yeah. You would think they would go more of Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski route. while utilizing both of them,
That's
but
what
they're
we thought
not.
was going to happen.
They're not.
Yeah. White House King, what's going on?
What's up?
He says, are the Bills not getting the wide receiver they want because teams won't trade with them or because they're not willing to pay the price?
Because they ain't got no ducats.
That, and they have no foresight.
They broke as a joke, man.
Well, that
they ain't got no
have
money.
foresight too, because I mean, I challenged somebody to tell me in this chat that there was nobody in the draft that we could have went and got for the skill set that we needed. There was guys late rounds, Jamari Thrash, that we could have got.
But now, to Aramin's point, even if we got those dudes, are they starting and are going to be an impact on the offense?
Well, see, that's the thing. Aramin said what they want, but is what they want versus what they need. It's two different things because they have an identity that doesn't make any sense because the identity that they think they have doesn't fit with the players that they have on the team.
Yeah.
And it's like the offensive line is extending now. It's too much of a mismatch. The defense got caught up, but what did we say? What did I say when Taylor Rapp was playing? They were talking. Communication was there. The only unit we had where communication was right. Yeah. Even when they made a mistake, it was youth, but they had the right ideas. Right. Balen Spector is in the middle of the field,
right,
and we look good. Terrell Bernard's back. He got a pick, so we were fine. But the thing is, when you're talking about an offense with this elite dude that you're paying all this money to, and you built this stuff around him, trying to keep it PG, the stuff around him, and he co-signs it.
Yeah.
They screwing you.
Yep.
Allen, I know you're not watching, but watch this. They're screwing you. And you're like, okay, cool. You say so, let's do it. Now, I had a conversation with somebody that we know, on Twitter, and he seconded me. He said, the way this is going, the way he's looked, the way he's dejected, this is not my franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking away from Josh as a man, but it's a certain demeanor you have to have. Look at C.J. Stroud yesterday.
Yep.
C.J. Stroud was
swag on the field. Yeah.
I mean, he's a warrior. Josh lets his play for him, and that's where you could be the best player in the field, but there's got to be another component to you. Yeah. There's got to be something else to you. Your talent's going to get you there, but then when you're a leader, when you're a captain, when you're the man of men, you got to bring something else too. You got to bring people with you.
Right.
The highlight of that game was those unis was dope, dog.
Unis was crazy.
Those joints is hot.
Unis is crazy.
100%.
Can we get a color rush like that?
Can we just change something?
Bro, they even changed the whole helmet completely.
Yeah.
They got rid of the logo. They put the 8. That's hot.
I just want to change the stripe or something.
Every team should be able to do a city uniform.
Bro,
the Bills would do the same thing they do now.
Dude,
probably.
dude, when I got home, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was about to get one.
Well, they leaked on Twitter.
I was about to get one.
Man, I might buy a Diggs jersey, man. I don't know.
Yo, you know what's crazy about it, though? Like, I know I shouldn't, but I might have to adopt the Texans, dude. Like, the culture, the swagger, the coach. And I thought about you because a defensive-minded coach who was ton offense. Yo, let's go. Hurry up. Hurry up. Why y'all going so slow?
Yep.
And like I said, I do like the team. I like the thing, but again, I'm not criticizing them, but they're a young team. They got a young coach with a young team.
They're fun to watch.
Fun to watch. I mean, even though they made a couple mistakes at the end, but they don't have the miscommunication stuff. They look like they know what they're doing. Even with Mixon gone, Nico Collins gone.
That's another point.
They still know who they are and what they're doing.
Right.
That's another point.
They don't look like they miss a beat.
They were missing their number one wide receiver and their number one and number two running backs.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say. What do you guys think about this? Right, Buffalo Buddha, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. He says, if Josh just played better, Kincaid and Hollins would have a lot more yards.
See, it's a combination though.
Yeah.
It's a combination because Josh could have some of those throws. Like I said, Josh could have made better. However, some of those catches, they dropped catches too.
They did.
So together, like if both of them would have together, then yeah, you do have that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a couple of those throws that were out of bounds. Just like, yo, you just, it's the placement. But like I said, had Josh said, yo, it's raining, I don't want to play. And what was it, Pittsburgh? I'd be like, yo, you're a bum. Well, he was out there ready to go. And McDermott said, I'm afraid of it. No, you're not playing.
Right.
Fam, we need these reps.
Right. Yeah.
We got to go. And guess what? Now you see, in a perfect, isn't that a dome?
Yeah, and they closed it. So
There was no
had
weather.
it open because I think a couple weeks before they had it open because they was getting it fixed.
Right.
Our game was closed the whole time.
There was no weather, no wind, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me right now that you can't connect, and it's not even, like I said, this is the one shot I'm not taking at Josh right now.
Yeah.
You got to get reps. I don't want to hear about the scrimmage you had at Pittsburgh. That was a good scrimmage. It's not. It's a controlled environment. Yeah. It's not a game. It's not game atmosphere. It's not when the lights are bright, when the crowd is loud, when you got an adversary in your back. They don't have a score. The other team knows what you're going to run. You know what they're going to run. Let's see what it looks like. Guess what? Texas is like, we ain't doing none of that. We're going to pin our ears back and make you beat us. Yep. And they did. You know, and like you said, we should have won that game. We should have won that game.
Even though I knew we were going to lose, I'm like, I thought it was going to be out of like,
yeah.
We
got ran out of the building.
They was going to beat us.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, they were in the game. Yep. From 20-3, they came back 2020. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I didn't expect that comeback. I really did not.
I was like, dang, I'm about to be wrong. I knew it was going to be close, and I thought we were going to be up and win by 3. But I was like, dang.
Yeah. And again, this is not a scrub team. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is not, by any means, they're not a scrub team.
No. It makes zero sense. What they need to be doing is they should. That's why when you asked that question, or whoever it was, Hamler or Savers, I would have said Hamler, because guess what? You throw that deep ball that you threw to Hollins, that first pass to KJ. Mm-hmm. I bet you, even if he didn't catch it, he'd been a lot closer. He'd been a threat.
I'm starting to say, I know he didn't really have a chance to do anything, but take Samuel out and put in Hamler. You need speed.
At this point, he's hurt. Right. He's hurt.
Put the other speed guy in.
I mean, that's the thing. You know, my thing is, what would that have done for the middle of the field? Had they said, "Oh snap, they got speed on the field. They got MVS over here. They got Hamler over here. Yo, we got to be okay." And guess what? Where did Hollins actually look good? Those drags over the middle. Caught it and took off. Yeah. That double move. If Josh had to sync with him, not to know he doesn't run a 4-3, he runs a 4-6. I know not to put as much on it. Maybe take a little bit off the arc. Guess what? You cook him with grease.
Yeah. Same thing with Kincaid. Over the middle, he was killing him.
He was killing him. But we don't do that. We don't do that. James Cook was killing him. We don't do that. Yesterday, at least he got 20 catches.
Shout out to my man James Cook, man.
That's Timothy.
Bro.
That's Timothy.
He don't care who's out there. He's balling.
Every
I gotta
time,
give him credit, bro. He ball.
Every time he balls, I gotta tweet Rico, but I gotta make sure he don't mess up first. I gotta make sure he don't screw anything up before I say that.
All right. Yes. Put your pants back on.
I did no. I mean, yeah. They come on, you good. Now getting to my.
Wait, don't do that yet.
Okay.
Don't do that because I want to get to that. I want to get to. I'm gonna skip 2. It'll just be 4 because 2 I don't even.
No, get your thing. Get your thing in.
Yeah, 2 we covered already. That was the decision to throw the ball.
You didn't go over
times.
number 2.
Okay. All right. So last one. Last one. Sean has yet again done a masterful job of positioning himself to not take any of the blame for what's about to happen the rest of this season. When you listen to his answer when they asked him, was he on board with the play calling of the 3 throws in a row at the end of the game? And he says, that's irrelevant right now. And everything else he says after that speaks to, I'm not going to answer whether I agree or disagree. What else what did he say after that?
You know what? I don't listen to press conferences this year. I can't.
Well, he said something to the effect of, that's irrelevant right now. I can't remember the rest of it. But basically, the thought process behind what he was saying was, I'm not going to openly say that it was Brady, but the inference of what he was saying was it wasn't me. Mm-hmm. Right? And so when you talk like that in press conferences, when you position yourself as this head coach that has brought on these 2 young stallion, hot up-and-coming coordinators, and you just gave them the reins. I'm going to let them go free. Go ahead, fellas. You do it, right? I'm going to sit back, and I'm going to let y'all cook. And then we look at what we have now. We have an offense that's being run the way Sean wants it to be run and has proven to be completely ineffective against playoff caliber teams. We have a defense that is extremely flawed and very one-dimensional in terms of their approach to pass rushing and how they defend teams and how they can be attacked, or should I say destroyed. And you look at the types of players that they put onto this team that don't necessarily come in as playmakers, but they are coached into being very, very, very good backup players, or some of them actually emerge to become stars. Some of them, right? We've only seen 1 out of every 20 draft picks actually become a star with this team, right? And you got teams like 49ers and the Ravens and the friggin' Lions lately. Holy cow. It seems like everybody they draft has been a star. But the point is this. Sean McDermott has positioned himself yet again to make it through this entire season and not have to take blame for any of this, because what's going to happen is people are going to begin bashing Brady. They're going to eventually begin bashing Babbage. And one of those dudes is going to have to take the brunt of it at the end of the season. Somebody's going to get let go in the same way that Ken Dorsey got blamed for trying to run what Sean McDermott wanted them to run. And it's sad. It's unfortunate, but this is what we're stuck with until somebody decides at the top that it's time for a change.
And I mean, that's a good point, because like I said before, you know, when we first started the show, you said, well, who else is left to make the scapegoat? I said, oh, they'll find somebody.
Exactly.
I said, they'll find somebody. He's like, who? I said, I don't know, but watch. You know, and the unfortunate thing is Babbage, and I wrote this in my notes because I thought about it when I watched it again. What if Babbage was with Ryan? Could you imagine the collaboration that those two would have?
If he was with who?
Ryan.
Oh,
D'Amico
Ryans.
Ryan. Because Ryan said that I'm hands off. He said, I let him do his thing. I sit in the meetings. If I want to see something, I'll let him know, and he can do whatever he's going to do. But the fire that he has matches the fire that Ryan's has. Yeah. McDermott ain't got the fire. He matches Joe Brady, which is evident by what we saw when we went to the training camp.
Yep.
McDermott is right here. Nothing wrong with that, but that's an old school coach.
Yep.
You got a young team, and what did they say? We love Babbage, we love Brady because they're young. They bring the juice. We're a young team, and they're injecting a new energy into the locker room. Yeah. Where's Brady's energy?
Yep.
Where is the creativity? Where is the innovation?
Yep.
When Irma said cooking, he reminded me of, it brought to mind Gordon Ramsay and the cooking show that he does. Mm-hmm. If you notice in the cooking show, Gordon Ramsay is the top dude, but when they have these restaurants, he allow his team to work. He allow them to cook. When they mess up, he corrects them. Mm-hmm. He doesn't let them burn food and serve it.
Right.
No, that's burnt. Do it again.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
I understand, yes, as a head coach, you want to let your coordinators run things. But when they mess up, you have to check them.
Yeah.
Or if something you think is not going to work, like, oh, well, we got to get these steaks out of there, but you know what? We don't have time, so I'm going to cook this steak at 400. No, you're going to cook it at the time it's supposed to be, and you're just going to have to wait till it's done. You're not going to do that. So I need him to let him go, but if you see something is wrong, it's not working, you have to step in.
Yep. And I think I got that impression yesterday when he was saying to himself on the sideline, go for the first down. Yeah. In my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. He has no, I mean, you know, what you get from the press conference, what you get. But when I see that, I'm like, normally he'd be saying that on the radio.
Right.
Normally he'd be saying that, you know, at halftime. Now, could something be said for the fact that maybe it is McDermott's offense? But that's not what he wanted. Right. That's for sure. But the fact that we kept doing it, he didn't and that's a teaching moment. Right. Like I tell people when I train jet bridges at work, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna let you mess up once I see you do it. I'm not gonna let you hit a plane, but I'm gonna let you screw up because I want to see how you correct yourself. So going to next week, this is not a short game. This is a long game. We got 12 more games to go. Yeah.
Well, see, this is kind of the point right here. I'm going to bring this back up. Kev says, or are they running a flawed McDermott system? That's kind of the point that I was trying to make, like, a couple points ago. But like that to me is why I brought up the whole Ken Dorsey point, because for as much as Sean wants to go and try to correct these coordinators, we've already seen that Joe Brady can have success at a high level. We saw him at LSU. We saw him with the Carolina Panthers and what he was able to do with Curtis Samuel. I mean, granted, the head coach tried to get him to run the ball a lot more in that offense too, and kind of, you know, put the reins on him and ultimately hurt Brady's ability to do much. Mm-hmm. But Brady is a good coordinator. We've seen what he can do with good players, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't even look at what we're seeing now and say Brady's not a good coordinator. What I can say is I have seen this show before. Mm-hmm. I've seen an offense like this. It happened under Dorsey. Same exact thing.
That's
where you got
miscommunication.
Yep. Right, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that to me is the ultimate, like, culmination of this whole point is, like, yo, if we don't find a way to force Sean McDermott to find another Brian Daboll who's willing to stand up to Sean and give him the finger whenever he comes in the building trying to talk about you need to run the ball more. No, Sean, I'm going to do what my quarterback wants to do, which is we're going to sling that thing, and we're going to make plays all over the field, and we're going to be the best offense in the league for years and years and years. Like, that's what Dayball was.
We young. We got to move.
Right. But even like that also explains why Josh didn't feel like he needed to be, because his first few years in the league, he had Dayball do it. He had Dayball standing up to Sean. And then what happened? He saw the bickering between Dayball and Sean. Then Dayball leaves. Now there's this complex on Josh, like, yo, if I start doing that, I might be gone too, and I'm still on my rookie contract. It ain't even like I got the $200 million yet. So
he should have been like, hey, Steph, come with me real quick.
right. Yo, like you go up to mom when you finna ask her, y'all go out to eat or something, right?
I need strength in numbers. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. So oh my gosh. The attention needs to be diverted away from the coordinators and back to where it belongs, which is Sean McDermott. And I think it was Laura who said it. I'm gonna pull her comment back up too. If I could just find it really quick. Where is it? How did it get buried so fast? Jeez. Where you at? Oh, so, all right. So she says, although McD can make excuses or spin the narrative, ultimately the OC and DC report to him, so he won't ever be blameless. That needs to be the mindset for all of us going forward. Like, for all the flaws and everything that the coordinators may have, like, okay, fine. But at least let the two sides of the ball for those coordinators look like they want it to look. We can't even say that this is Brady's offense.
I definitely won't say that.
Right.
Never seen him do this before.
I don't even know if we can say this is how Babbage would build his defense. I can't even say this is how he would, like, he's coaching and using a scheme that's not his. I feel bad for him if somebody else gives him a defensive coordinator job, because where he's at right now, he's not going to be prepared. If somehow Sean gets fired, Babbage is stuck. He's going back to a position coach.
Hopefully.
You know what I mean? So, all right. It's 7:42. So, floor is open. I've already gotten through my 5 things.
All right. So
I need to hear about this 4-leaf clover.
So when we hear about the 4-leaf clover, what do you think?
Luck.
Good luck.
Luck of the
Irish.
Luck of the Irish. Luck of McDermott.
Oh.
Okay. You thought I was done with you bringing it? Oh, no, I'm not going to say it. I almost had to jump on the DC Young Fly. Too old. Okay. So
Bring that here, boy.
bring that back here, boy. Let's see. Okay. So this is shaded. This is the part blame McDermott, part blame Bills Mafia. Yes, this is where this part of the show where we might lose some subscribers.
Oh, all right. This should be fun.
Before McDermott, what do we know about the Bills team?
Before McDermott?
Before McDermott, what do we know? What is it? What are they synonymous with?
Not making the playoffs.
Not making the playoffs.
Running the
Lovable
ball,
losers.
playing defense.
Playing defense. Having peanut butter, no jelly.
Yep.
Milk, no cookies.
Ham, no burger.
Ham, no burger.
No.
You can't never have two things that mix.
Nope.
But the thing is, 2017 was unknowingly the demise of objectivity.
Yeah.
As soon as they broke the streak, he cemented his legacy in Buffalo. What did you all you saw when the moments leading up to us getting to the playoffs? What did you see? The locker room, everybody embracing Kyle Williams.
Yep.
And this is not about Kyle Williams, believe it or not, Roy. Believe it or not,
Everything's about Kyle Williams.
it really is. Yeah, he was excellent. Anyway,
Whoa!
I said he was excellent.
Whoa! I never
said-
thought I would hear you say that.
You said it sarcastically.
You're right. But no, I mean the thing is, this is the kick. When you think about a Bills team, that was what? That was 7 years ago, 8 seasons ago. Why are we still talking about this? See, what the Bills are lucky is that, unlike other sports markets, this is not a "what have you done for me lately" team. McDermott is lucky.
He's living off of 2017 hard.
He's living up to 20. He's out bunny sitting on the couch in his Polk high school college uniform. Yeah. But the thing is, 2017, we played the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep.
And didn't do anything. But we arrived. We made it.
Yep.
And I remember I texted y'all. We didn't have no show. I wasn't nobody. And I said, I didn't want to make it like this because guess what? We're not ready. This team's not good enough. And we made it, and we saw what they showed. But people were happy. Okay, I get it. We went to the fence. I didn't go to the fence, but people were at the fence.
Roy says, damn you.
I said it, Roy. We were at the fence. Now try me again. I'm gonna say the FFs. You don't want me to do it. We got the whole show without it. But anyway, people were at the fence, embracing tears. The Bills lost in the playoff, but we got there. 2018, we got Josh Allen. Oh man, we're going. We got it. We went 6-10. Yep. But guess what? We broke the drought last year. Anybody say you're not happy about that? You're lying, because why did we send so much money to Andy Dalton? Why did we give him a standing ovation when we played him in the preseason? Yeah. Now, going further than that, did you know? I didn't. They swept under the rug a $70 million cap, dead cap in 2018.
Oh, from who was it?
Darius and that big massive cleaning. Bradham, Darby.
Alexander came off the books.
I gotta say Anquan Bolden, even though he probably wasn't there, just because y'all remember how that went. But the thing is, you just give him the cap, but we swept that under the rug because guess what? We were still, even though we had the top dead cap in the league, we were still the 10th best salary cap situation.
Hold up. We had 70 against the cap, but we were still
the 10th best.
That's crazy.
Why? Because McDermott cleared everything the year before. We didn't have a franchise quarterback. We didn't have Von Miller. We didn't have Dawson Knox. We didn't have any of that. So we had the leeway. So that bleeds into 2019. Guess what? We still good. We got money. We good. We got a rookie quarterback. Let's do what we want again. And to your point earlier, when I said let's park on that for a minute, free agency, what do we do? Nothing. We didn't get nothing to show out of either one of those free agency periods. Nope. We never do.
Nope.
Until 2020. I know y'all hate me for saying it, but one name in a year where COVID screwed up everybody's caps, came to Buffalo, and we had a team. We had a team that came out with Dayball and made the world look like it was Buffalo's oyster. We owned anything we wanted to. Because Stephon Diggs came and him and Josh formed a bond right away. Mm-hmm. I love you, Josh. I love you, Steph. Handshakes, all this BS. Guess what? 2021, we ain't had no money, but we still had Steph and Josh.
Yep.
So guess what? Everything was okay. 2022, we go ahead and say, you know what? We lost to the Chiefs. We need a pass rush. Let's go get Bond. Never mind the fact that we got a quarterback we're going to have to pay very soon. Mm-hmm. Never mind the fact we don't have no money. You know, 2023, we were in negative cap space, but we got a hardship. We got $700,000 over the cap.
We can't afford to re-sign Emmanuel Sanders. You know what? We got Gabe Davis. He scored four
He scored 4 in the game. We good. Let's do it.
Yeah, he could do it.
But the thing, you got an owner who says this is Sean's show. Yep. What's that tell Sean? I'm good.
That's it.
I'm cool. And this is not even a knock on Sean, because if my boss tell me I got carte blanche, guess what? Do the same thing. I'm gonna see what I can make work. Because the one thing you never gonna hear me say is Sean ain't out there trying to work. Because he is. He wants it. What he wants is not for what's gonna get it. It's not gonna win it. You know, and that's why I always say when you say he gotta go, I'm like, he might have to go. But I'm thinking he if he would conform to letting the OCs, Bean, the position coaches do their job, you can stay.
Well, to outside looking in's point, he says, how many head coaches did we have that let their OC, DC do what they wanted during the drought years, I mean?
I don't know.
See, and I don't know. To kind of answer this really quick and let you get back to it, I don't think it was about just the head coach letting his offensive coordinators do what they need to do. I think it's more a matter of this head coach letting his offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator do what they need to do, because if the head coach is clearly shown he's not qualified or he's not at the proper skill level to be telling them what they need to do, then he needs to shut up and just let them do their job.
Shut up from the coach.
You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about.
Yeah, I mean it's they're lucky. This isn't Philly. What is Sirianni looking at?
Yo.
What is Dayball? Dayball, they wanted his head the year after he won Coach of the Year.
Do you know how many games and playoff games Andy Reid won and was still fired?
Still fired.
The man went to 4 AFC championship games in a row and still got fired. Matter of fact, he got fired right after they went to the AFC championship game.
Why? Because there was no faith he could get a Super Bowl.
I'm sorry, no. He was 2 years removed from going to AFC championship. They had one bad season, and they fired him for it.
Because we don't have a faith that you can get us past the AFC.
Right.
Because he did lose every time he lost, and he never won a playoff game.
Right.
So,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's just a what do you call it? A culmination of events with regards to McDermott. Because think about it. What did he really do? You said free agency. What did he really do? Now,
Kevin about to make you mad.
I believe, but
He said JA-17 can get McDermott fired.
He probably could.
I know this.
He good.
Tell me I haven't been saying
won't.
this. But tell me I haven't been saying that.
But
Kev,
he
I don't know
won't.
when you started. I don't know when you started watching, but I've been saying that. And
Since
that's
day
my
one.
indictment
Yeah.
on Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He has so much power he don't even know. And that's another reason why they're lucky. You got the number 2 quarterback. I'll say it.
Yeah.
The number 2 quarterback said, you know what? I'll take the 15 highest salary in the league. It's cool. I just want to be part of the team. I'll build a house in Elma. It's cool. Me and my girl can move out here. We're good.
I knew this would make you rant.
Dude, and the thing is, like, Kev, I'm with you. Cause any other quarterback, Lamar Jackson. You see what Lamar Jackson did when at the restaurant on Saturday? You see the footage? They were out eating in Cincinnati. Some old lady walked up to him. She was rubbing on his back. And she was like, "You're gonna lose in this, that." And she was like razzing him. Like he was sitting there like, "It's her fault." Just so y'all know, it's gonna be her fault. It's gonna be her fault. Just so y'all know. He said, "Blame it on her." And then what happened?
He went out there and balled.
He went out there and balled.
They almost lost that one. They
don't
got
matter.
they got a huge horseshoe.
They
for that
did,
one.
they did, but
Huge
they
horseshoe.
came back. Hey, I'm saying he had one fumble, but he
2
balled.
fumbles.
Well, I mean a major one at the end. But he balled though. The thing is, the swagger to say you can blame her when he told Marcus Peters, "Put your phone down." What you filming? Dayball, you see what he did with Wandale Moore? They were doing a live in the locker room. Dayball said, "Put that ish down."
Oh, Wandale Robinson?
Yeah, Rondo. He said, "Turn that off."
Yeah.
All you saw was the team script. But see, Mr. 17, J17, you got all that power and then some. J17, you can walk into any city and say, you know what? It's on your head. Like Steph Diggs said that day. You, shut the F up. Josh Allen could do that anytime he wants, but he won't. And it's not because he's a Christian. I'm sure he is, or whatever. I'm sure he's a man of faith. But that's not the point. The point is he don't have it in him. Stephon Diggs, the whole time, Josh got that dog in him. He's trying to tell him, you got the dog. Wake him up. Wake him up. That's what we need more than anything. I can't do it. I'm a wide receiver. I need you. I need guys like you. I need troops. I'm behind you. And that's what if he said that? I'm behind you. Now what? It's always this, but nobody knows the context.
Yep.
Because everybody's so scared of Josh Allen's feelings. 28-year-old quarter millionaire. Half millionaire. He got Gillette. He got all the deodorant.
Yeah.
I don't feel the least bit sorry for this dude because 1, he's a grown man. 2, he helped build this bullish that we watch every Sunday.
It's true. Vouching for all these first round picks.
You might not have the Tom Brady, go ahead and I said so, but you're damn close. And this is what you said. So when you throw your helmet, I'm so glad for you. But what follows?
Right.
What are you demanding your guy? And guess what? I don't want to hear. You won't see it on camera. You don't need. Bull crap. Keon Coleman is must-see TV. You think they ain't going to show him talking to Keon Coleman?
Right.
You think they're not looking for a bite of him on Kincaid? You think they're not looking for him going over to. You think they're not looking for this stuff? Seriously? He's not doing it. He's not doing it the way he needs to be doing it because it's not working.
One thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let you continue. The one thing that pissed me off too, I don't know if y'all heard it, but at the Houston game, they said Trubisky went to the wide receivers and talking to him. Josh stayed there on his tablet.
He always did that. You always see him sitting there with his head down, and he don't talk to nobody. The coach comes to him. Remember back in the day, he used to go to the phone and talk to the OC or DC?
Yep.
You got a tablet. They used to be with that paper. Okay, I'm seeing. Okay, so we don't. Keon, okay, you struggling out there. Because look here. This is where I had you right here. I saw you right here, but you didn't turn around. Look, hey, yo, Matt, I saw you move. I threw it a little late. Let's do that again. That's the conversation you got to have because it's not a one-man deal. You have to talk to your weapons. You have to be able to communicate with your weapons. Because if you don't, you see last. And guess what? The first 3 games, you ain't going to see that no more.
Here's some weird science for you. Do you think Josh Allen is the combination of the soul of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers? Like, you know what I mean? He's got the don't care type of mentality, like of a Jay Cutler or Aaron Rodgers, where
Kyle Orton?
Yeah, or that. But he's also the gunslinger like a Brett Favre. Like for the dude to sit there and not care like that.
Dangerous combination.
Like,
Well, yeah. Cali
don't,
boy.
He don't care, but at the same time, Rodgers and Favre would tell you how they feel, and they didn't care.
And they have Super Bowl rings.
I don't think Josh knows how to.
And they've gotten coaches fired.
But I think I think it is no fault. this part I don't think is a fault on Josh. I think it's how he was brought up, how he was raised.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
really
can go
do
that.
because like I've met people like you know like I'm in the military. I've seen all different types of people from all different over the world, and we all come together and we, you know what I'm saying? It's cool because I glean a lot of stuff that I don't know. I get from people like that, but also I get an opportunity to glean to get people from off of them. But what I've noticed is certain people, when it comes to leadership, they take it two different ways. Some people was like, hey, he's the boss. No matter what he says, he's the boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other people says, well, I know he's the boss, but he needs to hear this.
Yep.
He needs to know what's going on. He needs to do. So some people do it, some people don't. And if you look at his track record of where he came from, he's always had to prove himself, right? So I'm wondering if in his mind is instead of blaming everybody else or getting everybody else on board, he's always pointing at himself.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I don't need to go to Keon because I messed up. I don't need to go to Kincaid because I messed up. I don't know if he just doesn't have the I don't want to be that guy.
It's the it factor he doesn't have.
I don't like to be that guy to tell everybody, but I think he just wants everybody to. I think a lot of it he takes on himself and he doesn't bring it out.
It's
I think
a
it
damn
hurts
Well,
him.
Same, too.
if you look at his football career from beginning to now, he's never been the Aaron Rodgers type where in college he was the man and in high school he was the best in the area,
Right.
and he's always had to hope for a chance.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even in Wyoming, he had to email how many schools just to get a chance to play for somebody. So this is a quarterback who has the ultimate level of humility because his entire life has been asking for an opportunity. He's never been put in a position to look down on anybody else or to be propped up that high as like he is now. Like Josh Allen in Buffalo is king. Above anything else, Josh Allen in Buffalo can get whatever he wants wherever he is. It don't even matter. They will give it to him, right? This is the first time in his entire football career that he's ever had that. Like even in Wyoming, people walking around like, yeah, we love Wyoming, but nobody else knows who we are. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's been. So that was one of the things I've always had that same thought. Like his upbringing and how he got here plays a big part in his unwillingness to buck authority. And unfortunately, Sean needs a guy like a Lamar Jackson or like a Joe Burrow even or like an Aaron Rodgers to push him. On camera, push him. Like, get off of me. Don't try to hug me. Get off of me. Like that. Sean needs that because Sean needs to understand there's another guy in the building that can check him if he needs to be
The
checked.
craziest part is he was there for Cam Newton, and he was there for Donovan McNabb. When McNabb got in Terrell Owens' face and McNabb was yelling at Andy Reid, he was there. He saw this, and that's what he tried to avoid. He made sure he didn't want that kind of capital because he saw it.
And this is what I understand. And to me, this is evident in anything, in business and relationships and in anything. In order to be successful, you have to go through struggle, right? Look at all the top businesses. They didn't just come out the woodwork and everything was worked out. They went through adversity. They went through struggle. That's what made them better. That's what makes us who we are. All three of us went through adversity, and that's why we're the men that we are today. We didn't have it because everything was easy. So what I don't understand is if you know that, and if I know that, I'm pretty sure people who are older than me should know that too. So if you know that adversity is going to make you stronger, it's going to develop you to be better, wouldn't you allow that to happen? Like allow those conflicts to happen, allow those disappointments to happen to see how they're going to react, see how they're going to grow from it?
Right.
You can't take all the danger away and think that they're going to be okay. Like you can't be a captain on a ship and you're sailing and you never sailed through a storm. Everything's been calm
Never
water.
happened, yeah.
You're never gonna be good. Why? Because you never faced adversity.
Yep.
You have to face adversity to be better. You have to.
Yeah, the last thing I was going to say, and it is McDermott's tenure is solidified with 7 names. Obviously, Deion Dawkins, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, Steph Diggs, Matt Milano, Khalil Shakir, Taron Johnson, and of course 17. Outside of those 7 names, McDermott's not here anymore. They saved his job.
Yeah.
The luck of the Irish, fellas. The luck of the Irish.
Wow. Well placed. Well done. Very good job there.
I had to put some razzle dazzle in that thing. Thank you for putting that clover in there.
Yeah, no problem at all.
I need it.
Hopefully,
I need it.
hopefully the fire I put on that bad boy is actually true because it needs to run out. This luck of bubble protection that he's had from all these great players that have covered him and coaches that have covered him, like, it just needs to stop. He needs to be exposed for who he is, and somehow, some way, he keeps finding a way to hide behind some veil of excuses.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It is 8:00. I did want to respond to this comment really quick. Outside looking in, I respect your opinion, bro. He says thinking that we have the answers in an unknown world is asinine. I respect the opinion. I don't know if I understand the premise, right? Because I mean, I don't think we profess.
I don't know Jack. I know nobody. This is just me watching film, watching press conferences, reading everything.
Right, and you know, for me, you know, I have access to NFL players and inside information and stuff like that, but I study just as much as you guys do. You know what I'm saying? So we put work into it. You know, looking at Sal. Oh, okay, he's talking about Sal.
I'm about to say I want to explain myself.
Yeah,
I don't know no more than you. I'm just trying to be here doing the best I can. And for you guys that sat there through me dog walking Josh and Sean, man, subscribe because this is as bad as it's gonna get. Trust me, I'll be back on Friday. I'll be back.
Yeah,
but I gotta go to work, so we gotta.
Yes, we got to get
dizzle.
Right. Hopefully the music works this time. I thought it was going last time. It wasn't even. All right, you ready? You ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Hit it.
All right. So Ree's tea, 1 part refreshing, 1 part delicious, 2 parts healthy. That's what you can expect when there are only 4. Count them, 4 ingredients. I don't even drink tea, and well, let me tell you, that's a good drink right there. What are you doing? Head on over to Ree's, get your supply by the case or individuals. Why would you do that? Why not just go get the whole case? Trust me, you'll feel better inside later. You won't be disappointed, I guarantee it. But what do I know? See for yourself. Ree's tea. Click the link in the description. Use do. Let them know who sent you.
I love it. I love it. Get a case. Get a case. All right, listen. If you have any other comments, concerns, ideas, anything, you can hit us on our social media pages. Links are in the description below. Other than that, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, everybody that joined us in the comment section, in the chat, all that, right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Every single time we do this, it is a ball to do it with y'all. So if you've seen this show for the first time tonight and it's your first time joining us, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, make that thing
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
so that you can get all the notifications. Like this week, we're gonna start trying to get the Coach D's Corner out a little bit earlier because we do realize it comes out like kind of late in the week when we're already starting to prepare for the next team. So we want to do a better job with that. We're going to try to get it out earlier. I think we're going to shoot tomorrow evening, and then hopefully I can get it out either the same evening, depending on what time we shoot it, or I can get it out Wednesday morning at the very latest, okay? All 22 usually doesn't come out until, Tuesday.
36 hours after the game,
right.
at least.
Yeah, so it's kind of tough to do it right after with the video and everything. But listen, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been the Podium Podcast, sponsored by Ree's Tea, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I have been your co-host, Aramis.
Melly Mac.
And disgruntled Keys. No, I'm joking. 40 Keys. Have a good one, y'all.
OLI, better game next week. Yeah, hopefully. All right, y'all have a great night.
Peace out.